You've reached call in Mockery.
From the makers of Dune Part 1. Starring the guy from Wonka. The lady from Spider-Man. The guy from Star Wars. Give me a name. Give me a name.
Bosker.
And music by Hans Zimmer playing the low note on his piano. And the worms. Have you seen? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, lads. Lads, it's great to have you here, lads.
Thank you for coming, lads.
We tip our hat to you, lads. We know how hard it is out there. The popcorn bucket, the custom popcorn bucket for the Dune movie. You know, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, I can use that for two things.
I hope no one else is thinking what I'm thinking.
I think I've seen this on another site. Okay, littleadamandeve.com has been showing me this Dune bucket too. And then I look at the Slimer bucket, of course.
Yes,
there's the new Ghostbusters buckets. They're making Ghostbusters again. Make Ghostbusters great again. They're bringing it back to New York City. They took him to the desert, called them dust bunnies. Guess what? They're back in the great city with Zedmore. Zedmore's got money. Get paid, Zedmore. Turn the city to ice. Zedmore stole my money.
They're doing it. Zedmore took all my money and he turned the city to ice. They're doing it.
You say I'm committing fraud. Zedmore took all my money. In court.
And he turned the whole city to ice.
The last thing you see is your eyes freezing over.
Global warming, they say.
Global warming. Slimer's back.
Look outside. Giant ghost that is ice.
Thank you, Donald Jr., for coming to talk.
Giant ghost is ice.
Why are you tuning that guitar? Ding, ding, ding. Giant ghost is ice. Ding, ding, ding. So
Giant ghost is ice.
You have the Slimer bucket.
Slimer bucket.
And I'm like, okay, but can it do what the Dune bucket do? Because for what you're charging me.
I mean, you go to the movie, what, $900 now?
Yeah. First, you have to get the custom bucket that is made to look like a character from the movie.
Yeah.
Probably a plastic I don't want to be eating popcorn out of. If I'm being completely honest about what I'm worried about. Just the cheapest.
Yeah.
They probably didn't wash it before they sent it to you.
No.
You have to stick your hand up Slimer's A, right, to pull the popcorn out. I think that's how it works. You're sticking your hand in the Dune thing. It's just, I don't know what's going on in there. Yeah. Or you get the aluminum bucket. Okay. Again, what is that? $30. That's for the bucket. Then you have to fill it with popcorn. Then you have to get the Ghostbusters or the Dune cup, right?
The cup, of course.
The Dune cup, probably, what would that be? The Dune cup is probably...
The Dune cup, you should have done a worm.
Yeah, because you could put the straw in there.
Yeah.
So what is it, though? Because Dune is just sand or spice.
That's the thing. It's like, is this even that... They don't do that for like Star Wars anymore or anything.
I fear that it's becoming just to sell tickets. It's any movie that comes out
gets a special bucket.
Bucket.
The Dune cup would probably be the leftover Wonka cups.
Yeah,
but
they
turned sepia.
Jeez.
This guy Dilla Villeneuve, he only freaking knows how to use 3 colors.
Yeah.
Guy makes a movie all in gray. Gray or orange.
Gray or orange. Well.
Call me when Steven Spielberg makes Dune. We finally get some colors.
I want to make Dune. Hey! Yay! I want to make Dune. Well, you got to wait a couple more years because we've got Jablowski's Dune. And then we've got the failed Lynchian Dune. Oh, God. Don't even make me talk about it. It's 54 degrees out, whatever that guy's up to. Then you've got Denis, and he's like, we want it to be gray. And everyone goes,
Oh, and they go,
But before that, he did Blade Runner, and which he also said, "Boo." And then before that, he did Arrival, and it was like, yeah. And then before that was, what was before that? Prisoners. So that was like, dong, dong. Then I think before that, what did he do? I think that was his first movie.
Yeah. And make sure to call in and let us know if you disagree. We're right, but you can.
We're right, and I will say this because I know some people are calling in. He is one of my top 3 directors of all time.
Yeah.
So anything you can say to say, well, you can't. Why, stop making fun of him. I like him.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop. You're before you even call in. I've won. Okay, I am Wonka giving you the everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah.
I've given it to you. You think you're winning by giving it back to me. And you are, mind you, because I'm going to put you in an elevator that goes to space or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also win because I'm Daddy Chocolate. Okay? Good Gustus Gloop, go into Go Water. Mike TV, get Tiny Whiny. The lady turned to a blueberry, right? They got to make
Mike TV, he's a good friend.
I love Mike TV. Veronica Belbucci, she turned into a big grape. So,
yeah, that's
God,
good.
what else is going on?
Yeah, so Dune is coming out. You're excited about that?
I haven't seen Dune Part 1.
Nope, same.
So,
Our favorite director, arguably.
it's just too long.
His
man.
biggest success.
Some of these movies are just too long.
The problem is, I don't love Timothy.
Yeah,
I don't want to necessarily see him in my movie.
Him and I'll say this too, Zendaya. I just see them in parts, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's the same with kind of Leonardo DiCaprio in anything. I just kind of see him.
Yeah. You can put as many fake teeth in his mouth as you want.
Right.
Try.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Quentin's like, here, do this weird thing. Killers of the Flower Moon. They're like, give him a. It's not chipped, but it's kind of maybe it's sideways. Mm-hmm. That's him the whole time. Like Martin Scorsese's like, did you put his teeth in today? And they're like, yeah, we did. And he's like, the one, it's not very. And they're like, yeah, we made him. We've been filming for months. He's like, it's not chipped, but maybe it's crooked. And they're like, you'll see when you get the footage back, you'll see what it looks like.
Yeah,
because he is so far away filming this stuff.
Yeah,
he's like, action! Are they going? Are they doing the thing?
Is it?
I think maybe it's the eyebrows. If I was a caricature artist, I would be in heaven if Martin Scorsese sat down at my booth. If he said, he could say whatever. He says, I love skateboarding. Great. I'm going to put him on a skateboard with tiny legs, but the eyebrows. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're going to be huge. But you still make him buff.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. Mm-hmm. Tiny legs on the skateboard, huge arms, abs.
And honestly, a lot of times it looks like the nose has muscles. They'll draw the nose as if it's like funny. Muscular too.
That's so funny.
It's just whatever a caricature artist is taking you and it's characterizing you.
They look at you, they say, you have gigantic blank. And
what are you most
insecure about?
Self-conscious about?
But it's good you can laugh at yourself.
You're a little chubby. You're the fattest person on earth. You are humongouszoid. You got some sort of mole that maybe you got made fun of as a kid. Well, guess what? It's bigger than your head in this picture.
Slight
it's gonna
gap in
have
your
its own
teeth.
face.
Slight gap in your teeth.
you basically you got a 7-10 split.
you have two teeth in your whole head.
You are Max, the son of Goofy. Maxie, I'm going to college.
Hey, we ought to...
Oh, that's right. We have 2 new drinks. I'm excited about this because a lot of times we've been doing the same thing every week.
Yeah.
We've had the same sort of drinks, and it's a little fun thing we do.
Yep.
No more.
Yep.
This week we've got this company that sort of is playing on the idea of like, what is it to be a consumer or to...
Yeah.
They're doing it for a good cause. It comes in big cans.
It's
so
a bigger can.
recyclable.
Yeah, you can recycle them.
But it's
That's
all
nice.
about sort of like heavy metal, but it's funny because it's water.
Yeah.
And they put out the things where people say, my son was drinking beer. My son was drinking your beer. And they say, we're actually a water company. So they're doing flavored waters now.
Yeah, this is exciting because
it was
there's not many flavored water companies. Mm-hmm. People don't do that very often out there in the world. There are not that many options for that. So this is a niche sort of thing in the marketplace. I think they're hopefully they do really well. I hope that we can help them and they can help us.
I hope so, because there's only so many flavors too, is the thing.
That's
so
the
if
thing.
like one company does, it's like, okay, so you got lemon and whatever.
Yeah.
Like so
okay.
But they're doing a little something different here.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about, because this I've never actually seen this flavor of anything. So mine is actually this is funny. This is actually kind of cute. Mine is unparallelable.
Yeah. This one is a little up my alley.
Oh yeah,
and I've never seen this as a specific flavor before for a drink. Mm-hmm. Convicted melon. So we'll crack these open just so you can hear we actually have them. We're not making this up.
No fibbing.
That smells great.
Oh wow, tastes even better. So check that out, you guys. We're really proud of the work they're doing over there, and that we get to be a part of it simply by sipping on their sweet nectar that they've sent.
Agave nectar in there.
Actually, one of our listeners sent me a photo the other day of a can of the convicted melon, just to kind of say, "Hey, you guys are like, hey, look what I found out in the store." Mm-hmm. We're kind of building that brand awareness.
That's why we'd like them to send us one of their fridges.
When people think of Liquid Death, Convicted Melon, and Unparallelable, they will think of your boys,
your lads here. I would like to do some sort of... I would like to do some sort of Unpair Melon, something that's like the Sim flavored.
Oh.
What's Sim? Silmarillion, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Call in Mockery Sim. Not Sim the game where everyone's like, you play Dorf?
Yeah, that's what Landon used it for. Landon just used it to talk to people. Landon's on Sims 2, just doing unparallelable stuff with the Sims.
I used
stuff
it
you wouldn't even know is in the code.
Everyone else did. I type in motherload and I have my pick of things.
Yeah, or just in all caps, big head, and it just makes them all got their... But it was rated, I think, E10. There's E, and then you think of E and then T.
Yeah.
You forget about E10 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, it's for everyone. Not for everyone.
Not for like a 9-year-old.
Yeah. What do you... you want your 2-year-old to play this game? Well, you said he could play Pac-Man. Well, he can.
Pac-Man's different.
Sims are going Horban Glorbin.
Sims are... Yeah, they're sins. Mm-hmm. Sims can sin in the game. And they will say Ibn Gorfenorf to each other.
So the reason I haven't seen Dune yet is because it came back into theaters and I missed it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I know they're going to re-release it again just to get out there.
Yeah.
And I want to watch it in the best.
That's the
I
thing.
want to watch it in 4K on a big screen or whatever.
Yeah.
So now I have to buy the disc because I found out my Max subscription is not actually 4K. And then you go online and people are like, 4K streaming? That's 13 megabytes.
Yeah,
if you put the disc in, it's 90 gigabytes of detail. You don't even get it. Yes, they're both 4K, but it's like shooting on a cell phone versus an RE35 cinema grade with a 90K XL F XF K-Hawk lens. It's different. Mm-hmm. It's different. So I'm trying to find that before Dune 2 comes out, and then I have to sit through that 2-hour and 55-minute slog. So I'm just working my way. And then there's going to be a third one.
Yeah.
And you can't have Dune without Dune Messiah. You can't. Pull that. I mean, God dang.
It is funny that people are like Dune heads now. Or they're like, people don't even know. Like,
you've never read it.
Like,
I own a copy of it. I've never read it.
When you find out what Paul Atreides is going to do.
Yeah.
You won't even know what you're like.
You have to see the follow-up to the Atreides kingdom that come. by the end of Dune 2, to not see what that led to in Dune Messiah would be blasphemy to Frank Herbert. All hail Herbert. All hail Herbert. But not his son.
No, he stinks.
No, speak you. So
we'll see Dune. Hey, did you watch any of those Oscar movies that you've been...
Oh, I got one in. I go into one tomorrow. Did I say this on the show that bought the passes?
You did
right?
say that, yes.
Did I say that then we looked at the times for all the movies and they're extremely inconvenient? Because it's like, okay, I got to see Poor Things. 2:30 on a Tuesday. Not going to work. One showing a day.
Yeah.
And then they just pick, and then it's like, well, this day would be great for us. What are they showing? Killers of the Flower Moon. Already saw it. Mm-hmm. Oppenheimer and Barbie. Already saw all three of those.
Yeah.
Can't see any of those.
Nope.
Okay, this day they're showing one showing of Anatomy of a Fall at 8:50 p.m. Just bonkers stuff. And also, this is the only theater in Iowa, I believe, that's doing it.
That's where? Which one?
Sycamore. The one that's in a mall. It's like...
That's because I looked at my local theater because I was like, hey, I got some time.
The big theater?
Yeah.
The one that it should be at?
Yeah. There's like, what, 14, 16 cinemas in there?
The seats lean back.
But every time I look, there's always, which I'm fine with. It's cool that we have this, but there are like 8 Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
They're showing Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Shrek 2 for some reason. Like they're showing kids movies all day long.
The Boy and the Heron is still out. Like 18 showings a day.
And now, and you know, obviously they have to show the big one like Madam Web and all this stuff. But you're telling me you can't get the Oscar movies and kick out like everyone who was going to see Migration saw it.
Yeah.
We don't need Migration and 3 other old kids movies. Like Over the Hedge shouldn't be showing in the theater right now. No, and even the other one down near us, which is, I guess you could maybe say is a bigger theater, just in terms of more people probably go to the one at the bigger mall, and I think they redid it. But it's the one near us, and they're showing all the short, the stuff you never see. I've never once watched any of the shorts, like when they say, "Hey, you can go see all the live action shorts and the live action or the animation, live action animation." Yeah, that's what Chat GPT wants us to watch. So I've never watched those, but they are showing those as well. But went to see... Oh, so then we go there, and I sent the tickets accidentally to my old works email. So you are a mess.
Our old boss got them, so I had to sneak into my old email, which is just filled with junk now, and get my 2 tickets out. They're not working on the Marcus Theater app. They're saying there's an error, so I have to just have the person scan them when we get there. I hand her my phone to scan the 2 barcodes for Past Lives is the one we've seen now. Went saw Past Lives. She takes my phone. She goes, "Oh, we're not participating in..." Wait, hold on. And then she looks at her computer. She goes, "Oh, yeah, we are." So, of course, apparently I'm the only person that's doing this.
It? Yeah.
Or she has not been working there when anyone else has. But
probably a college kid. She's not.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't care.
Remember that time we went to a movie and the lady at the desk said, "Hey, are you an actor?"
Yeah. That you still think about that a lot.
Yeah.
He still puffs his chest out to this day.
Well, because I told her no.
Yeah.
And she said, "But I've seen you and stuff."
And you are. We are.
Yeah, but at the time I was kind of like, but I'm not.
But not an actual actor.
Right. Because we're at a movie theater.
Yeah.
Like
they've seen movies.
The movies here, those actors are in those.
We're actors in what I would politely call fake movies, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know a lot of people in the area like to say they're an actor and like I'm a method actor, but they're fake movies. We're talking about movies that people see in theaters.
It caught me so off guard.
Yeah.
Getting popcorn at a movie theater and someone saying, "Hey, you're an actor, right?" No.
Yeah, but
anyway, shouts out to that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for loving the profession and the craft.
Little side note here. I went to a record store in Cedar.
There is. It's tiny side note.
Zoom in on it. It's actually a tiny violin. So I went to a record store I've never been to before.
Whoa,
Vinyl
where?
something. It's up here.
Oh, the Vinyl Emporium or Analog Vault.
It's Vinyl Emporium, the new one, right?
Yeah.
The little one. Not little.
No, it's actually quite big.
Yeah, so stopped in there, and the lady working there said, she asked the woman with whom which I live, have you been in here before? She goes, no. She goes, you've been in here before, though, to me. And I was like, no, actually, I haven't. She was like, you haven't? I was like, no, as far as I'm aware, I haven't. She's like, I could have sworn. Then the person I'm with is getting suspicious.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, nope, definitely have not been in here with 3 tall women. And
No, the Russian ballet.
And then I'm starting to like, I was like, you're gaslighting me, because she's like, you've been in here before. And I was like, I said, maybe I have. Then she was like, so you have? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been in here before. And she's like, okay, well, just one of those things. And I was like, I do look like a lot of people. And she goes, so, but do you know those people?
No.
I'm just trying to, like,
I've been in there a couple times. They're very nice.
have you shown them a picture of me?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, maybe they saw you and then they watched a video we've done.
I mean, I've often thought I see you.
Yeah.
Just walking
funny
around.
colors. Yeah. Yeah, I've
Like,
seen people that look like me online, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I wasn't water skiing. Oh, that's not me. It's Jeff Goldblum.
And
So, went
So
and
you saw Past Lives.
Past Lives. This, and I knew it was going to be hard to watch. It's hard. It's just, it's wonderful. Wow. It's one of those where I'm like, is it doing enough to win? For me, probably.
Wow.
Because it's like, what do you think is maybe going to win? Like, I feel like if Barbie wins above that movie, they're not telling themselves the truth. As good as Barbie was, and
Careful.
I've seen it multiple times. Happy to do it.
Careful, buddy.
I'm happy to do it. I watched the special features. What do you like? But it's, at the end of the day, what is it trying to do? Is it doing it? Is there some contradictions in what it's doing? You know, is it just trying to be a funny little kids movie that's also telling you some truth? Is it trying to be social commentary? But this movie is just, but is it doing all those things?
No, I agree. I haven't seen Past Lives, but I'm sure it's better.
Past Lives is incredible. And this is, I was telling you earlier, you go on to IMDb and someone says 5 stars and they just rudimentally do not understand what the film is doing or filmmaking in general.
Sure.
And they're like, the dialogue is not. This is a prime example to me of a movie that all of the dialogue, it's everything that they're not saying is what you should be paying attention to.
Wow.
It's jazz. It's the notes they're not playing.
Bang, bang. And it's, when I did bam, bam, it's actually
It's
the off.
It's whatever's between that, because you go bow, out, bow, out, bow.
Yeah.
So it's between that. It's a nice, but this goes back to what we're talking about with like Dilly Villeneuve, who we said, what's his first movie? Oh, this big whatever. This is this woman's first film.
Yeah.
Writer, director. How does that happen?
I think he had a couple smaller movies before
he did.
Prisoners.
This is an actual
yeah.
You go to their IMDb.
I know I don't want to break the bit. But he yeah. Sorry. Yes. This is first.
IMDb is just first
feature film.
First written credit, first writing credit, first directing credit. That's it, and it's incredible.
And you know what?
I know she's like a writer, but I'm just saying, how does that transition to? How does someone make like 12 bad or short like movies that were small, and then finally they get their big break? And then how does someone just make a movie all shot in New York with beautiful cinematography? They know exactly how to direct. I don't understand. I just don't understand that. It pissed me off. The whole time I was double Arthur fisting it.
But isn't it also kind of like it's people talking?
Yes, it is mainly people talking, and it is based on sort of a situation she found herself in.
Right.
But obviously a completely fake version of an idea she had. But
I just mean, I wonder
the way it's directed, the way that there is so much room that you just breathe with the characters to know that it's okay to do that. Because I feel like sometimes people be like, well, we have to fill this with, there has to be something here, right?
I think there's a freedom when you're first starting out.
You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you're not supposed to not know.
And we talk about this a lot on our other show, our other serious show.
Yes.
Called Earbuds.
Mm-hmm. That's a good plug, which we've been doing for a long time now.
Oftentimes, the earlier work feels a little more authentic, a little more raw, because you don't know yet how to do what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. And then there becomes a point where your talent and your craft reach a peak and you become a little boring.
And I wonder, and this is just pure speculation, so do not be mad at me. I'm saying this could be Best Picture and I'd be happy. Just take that in consideration.
Okay.
This is one of those movies where you go, it's so personal. You know, it's something like everyone loved The Big Sick. It's like, well, they're taking it sort of from their own life, and you go, this is how this would feel because this is how it, you know, what if you don't have another one of those? Because you're like, this is coming from a personal thing that's so personal to their culture, you know, like being a Korean immigrant to America, dealing with these same things and seeing it, you know, being a writer in New York that had the same experience, sort of. What's your next movie going to be? They're going to let you do whatever, Dial of Destiny 2?
Well, that's the thing. That will this person go the Chloe Zhao route?
Yeah.
Where you make
they get a Madam Web 2.
Yeah, you get
Madam Webber.
You get a big
Uncle Ben's origin story.
Marvel property, and then everyone hates you.
Mm-hmm. Probably. That's the way it's going now. You can't just let someone do what they want to do unless they're Marty Scorsese.
But also, isn't that what everyone wants to do?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Like, you get in trouble from the hoity-toity commentariat who are like, why would you do something artistic and then do a blockbuster? And
Has
then
anyone ever handed you a check that they just signed and they said, put a number on there?
Yeah.
And do whatever you want. And you get to make a movie with the biggest movie stars, have fun, travel the world,
and
make
also,
a film.
In the same breath, these same people will say Steven Spielberg is the best director ever.
Yeah,
it's like
disgusting. He's doing that.
He's been
done that.
He's one of the reasons we're here.
Us?
No, the industry.
Oh, I was like,
with the blockbusters.
Yeah, I thought you.
And then, hey, there's a good example. He reached a perfect little tipping point where he made Ready Player One, where he said, I could do this in my sleep.
Yeah.
And it seems like he did.
Yep.
And now you have people online being like, actually, this is an incredible Spielberg movie. And you're like, no, it's not. No. It's not an incredible movie at all. It's a fine little action, whatever the hell it is. It's fine. There's nothing discernible about it. It sucks.
Okay. I was like, you're being pretty nice for a movie I saw that was bad.
But then he goes back. He says, actually, I think maybe people need that. M. Night Shyamalan said that. Mm-hmm. He learned how to make a movie well enough that he got bored, basically. He became boring and then had to relearn how to scare, how to do things that he wanted to do, how to do something interesting and different.
And you can get in that rut of this, well, this is how you do it. If I go outside of this, I could screw up, or it's worked for me before. Anyway, great film. If it were to win Best Picture, I'm sure there would be some people that say it's slow or too boring or whatever. But just watch it. This is the first year I think I'm, as long as I can remember, that I'm going to watch like all of them since they went up to 9 movies, which is nutso futso.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Isn't it?
I'm glad I watched that one first because it's a lot to take in. It's one of those movies where you drive home and just feel different. And you're like, is that good or bad? You know?
And The Woman with Whom You Live?
She was absolutely just sobbing. And I can't do that.
No, you're a man.
I'm a man.
Strong.
There's a specific moment at the end that got me because it's something unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers, but you just go, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be sad here." And it's like, is it a happy movie? Is it a sad movie? What is this? And you just go, "That's life." And you just get in the car and you're driving home and you kind of have the window down. And you're just like, "That's life." And you stop at the you run into the Italian ice place. And you're like,
Oh.
2 tigers' blood. And then back up out of the shrapnel because you hit it.
Yeah.
And then drive back or whatever. That's life. So give that probably an 8 out of 10.
And it's the best movie of the year?
I don't think best picture equals best movie of the year.
Okay.
I've never
that's fair.
thought that.
That's fair. Now, I think the people are saying Oppie will win. That's that
I
appears
can
to be
see
the
that.
favorite.
Because it's been sweeping the other. It's been sweeping
believe
the
so.
Saggies. It's been sweeping the Rusties.
Not that I care about any of it, really. But it's fun. It's fun to talk
and
about.
it's our
fun to-
industry.
Yeah, we're actors.
We have to act like that. You ever think about how other actors are probably like, I don't care. You know, then they have to do the actors round
Yeah,
table. So
but
they're
they
like,
do. It's
No,
hard,
I don't
isn't
think
it?
they
Because
do.
you're like, yeah, but if you're up for one, you're like, I want to win it.
yeah. Oh, if you're up for it, but I'm just like,
Oh.
and you have to go talk to all these other people. So it's like, oh crap, I got to go get in Killers of the Flower Moon. I got to go get in Oppie. I got to go watch all these so I can talk and be like, oh my goodness, I did see Marigold, or like I did see that.
Oh, it was so beautiful. Such a
the way you did that, and isn't it just fun to play? Isn't it so fun to play? But it's also important, isn't it?
I gotta see Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was gonna be, but I still liked it. I just, if it wins Best Picture, I just don't feel.
No, it probably won't. It'll probably be Oppie. How do you feel about that?
That's fine. I liked Oppenheimer. I liked Oppie.
Yeah.
Oppie, Past Lives is up there. Those are kind of, but it is one of those where it's like, but it is so simple that you think, but how could that win?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna win at all.
Yeah, I hope it does. The acting in it's incredible.
I'm sure.
Great performances. You think these people are the people, and that makes you look through the peephole of cinema differently. Now, having said that, I believe Zone of Interest is next on our list. That looks like the next time I can get to. And then we have to get to Poor Things and the other one,
Yeah.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
American Fiction or whatever will be somewhere. I'll get my fix somewhere, maybe on Route 66.
Oh.
So, what about you? What you been watching, Dano?
Hey, Googie, I've been watching a lot of... No, well, I haven't watched any award season stuff.
No, of course not. You're out of it.
Because I can't find them anywhere. I've been trying to go to
Because
the
they
movies.
sucked them back to the theater.
That's what I want.
all go to the movies.
Let's see.
to the movies.
Okay, here's what I've discovered. I have a new favorite director.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
This long into my life.
Mine, of course, is Denis Villeneuve. I have not seen Dune.
And you'd think Prisoners was his first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's one of mine too. Just based on Prisoners.
Yeah.
That's all I need from the guy.
That's all you need. Well, and Past Lives reminded me of Arrival.
Oh yeah, Arrival's great.
That's a great little sleeper.
Enemy with
You know what
Jake
also
Gyllenhaal.
is fun to do is when you're at the theater, they show the Civil War trailer and everyone is scared.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that movie to come out. I'm scared. I'm nervous to see that in the theater.
It's funny. It still is funny because the trailer came out and it's like Texas and California have teamed up, and everyone online says that would never happen.
Right.
This movie is utter shite. And you're like, but I know that doesn't seem like it would happen, but this is just a trailer. Can't we wait and see what the full movie's about? And maybe it sucks. I don't know. But it looks awesome.
That scene with
And
old
scary.
Clemens,
Yeah.
that one scene just gives me goosebumps.
I'll be seeing that one for squirting.
Did they show that during the Super Bowl?
I think they might have, yeah.
Just seems like one that's going to get people riled up because everyone's like, they know what they're doing, putting it out right now. They're showing the Capitol. They know what they're doing.
That's our house. That's our house.
Well, did I talk on here? I saw that movie Death Trap. Death Trap with
No.
Michael Caine
Yep.
and
you
Christopher Reeve.
did. Yeah.
Great movie. I said, this
Wait, how old is this movie?
it's from the 80s, 70s.
And you like this guy.
1982.
This is your favorite director, some old ass.
I looked at it and I said, oh, this is Sidney Lumet. Sidney Lumet, a name I've
geriatric.
heard, but I don't know if I've ever actually watched a Sidney Lumet movie.
Oh, Italian Job.
And I don't think Dog Day Afternoon, The Verdict, 12 Angry Men, these are some of his big ones. And I said, I don't think I've ever seen one of his movies. I've heard his name, and I know he's a respected director, but his name never comes up in the conversation of like
Network.
all-time greats. But then you look at his movies, and Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, The Network, 12 Angry Men, The Verdict, lots of other ones. And I said, I gotta watch more of this guy's movies because Death Trap is based on a play, and it's about a play kind of, but it's a murder mystery type thing, and it's all basically in one room. But the way he blocks it, and the actors,
Isn't that 12 Angry Men? Too? Was
12
that based
Angry-
on a play?
might be. That's all in a
I know it's
courtroom.
play. Right. That's why I think it is.
It probably is. I think this guy loves the theater. But then he takes it and he puts it on film, and it's the most compelling stuff, and it's just guys in a room yelling at each other. So I watched Death Trap.
Yeah.
Then I watched 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I said, this is great. And then I watched Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. This is one of his last movies. Actually, it might be his last movie before he passed
Croaked
away.
on set.
With Philip Seymour Hoffman, who it's another guy where you're just like, people say how great he is, but you kind of forget until you watch him again.
Hoffman?
Yeah. And then you watch him, you're like, Jesus, he really is great.
Yeah.
I believe every single thing he does. And that's a crazy movie. You got to watch that. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know that one. I've not seen it, but
Ethan Hawke is in it.
Yeah.
He's great. Everyone in the movie's great.
Forgot about that. 2017, where's it? No, 2007.
No. Yeah.
Where's the time gone, man? 17 years ago I did this.
But it's a little of its time where it kind of looks like one of those movies where the colors are crazy.
you forget. I don't know
Everything's
why,
blown
but like
out.
2000, the early 2000s seems like yesterday. And I watched something that was shot during that time, kind of maybe transitioning to digital or something, and like everything looks terrible.
Yeah.
But that's vibes, and I feel like that's aesthetics.
It is.
That's
I think.
aesthetic. Early 2000s is aesthetic. That's why we're all freaking creaming over here for 25th anniversary Phantom Menace. Oh, it's gonna be so cool to see it in theaters again. I'll be there.
Yeah. Anyway,
Dog Day Afternoon is a movie that. Do any of your streaming services give you free movies sometimes? Or at some point, Vudu or something, maybe when it was new, it was like, hey, we're giving you a free movie. And they gave me Dog Day Afternoon. And I haven't watched it yet.
I can't find it anywhere. That's it.
I got it.
So here's the other thing. I've looked for all these movies on all my streamers. Nothing. Tubi. Tubi has all of the old movies.
Oh, baby.
And I said to myself, I can't wait
What a wonderful.
to someday be part of the Tubi family. They have everything.
yeah.
I watched all these.
If only we had anything on Tubi.
I said, I can't wait to be a part of it someday.
Yeah. That's what I said. If only we had something on Tubi.
Yeah. I watched all these Sidney Lumet movies. Then I watched Witness for the Prosecution, a Billy Wilder movie based on Agatha Christie.
What do you do what's going on?
I just watch old movies now.
Yeah.
But they're great. These are the movies that was great too. It's funny. It's also all basically in a courtroom. The main character is a like sick, dying, large attorney, and he's just mad at everyone, but he's funny. It's just these things. Movies can be anything, you know?
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So anyway, check out Sidney Lumet, a director who's primarily worked in the 60s.
This is like a couple weeks ago when I was like, you know who's maybe the funniest actor of all time? Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
And I was like, Great Dictator is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. That's what you sound like.
Well,
movie I just watched, I'm 30, came out 100 years ago.
Well, I'm not even telling you all the old movies I watched.
Get on The Dictator. The Dictator.
No, I would never.
And not... This would be a funny movie maybe if Ron White... No, was it Ron White or... Who's Tater Salad?
Oh, yeah, Ron White.
Okay, so he should be in a movie called The Dictator.
That's good.
And it's sort of like... It's sort of like a head of state situation. And he didn't know... Or the one where Robin Williams is like a comedian that becomes president or whatever. It's sort of like that. And he's like... But he accidentally becomes a dictator. And he's like, they call me Dictator Salad.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to hear the other old movies I watched?
Yeah, you could. I watched a lot of Love is Blind. That's why I'm not up on my movies right now. A lot of reality bad trash. I gotta put the movies back on.
No, that's fine.
But I say I haven't watched Dune, and what did I do? I watched some guy tell some girl
Dune is too long, but
4 hour long episodes of literally double the length of like 2.5 hours. It's like, oh, they got another episode on. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's only midnight. So that's poison. That's disgusting poison.
You take the good, you take the bad. And that's why you're an award-winning filmmaker. Yes,
my silver Eddie here knows no bounds. So what else we got to talk about? We're not going to play it here. I just want to know if everyone's caught up on their Tom McDonald songs. Just some good music to listen to. For everyone that thinks they're woke, you actually don't. You have another thing coming. Reading your can. That's like you've gone. What you just did is like someone actually bringing this up out with some friends, or like you brought someone over to your house and you're like, have you guys heard this new guy, Tom McDonald? He's actually speaking truth to power in a way that would actually make liberals shake in their pants. But he's not conservative and he's not liberal. And you're just like, do you guys know do you know, I never realized Zevia is just because it's like stevia.
Yeah.
Because that's what they use. You're just reading the back of your can. Isn't it crazy something can have taste but 0 calories? Full taste, 0 calories. Just trying to do anything to get the subject away from.
You don't want to engage. You can't engage with these people.
No, because then you're like,
that's what
I'm gonna put it on the. Do you have like a Chromecast? Do you have a Chromecast? I'm gonna throw it up on the TV.
Just check this out.
Check it out.
Just really quick. You'll like it.
And then that leads to. Well, that leads to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That leads to everyone in your family, of course, then going on to Tom McDonald's YouTube and just go check out these songs. But they say, I'm a 65-year-old grandma. Tom has something important to say. I started a new political party. America and I want my country back. Tom never disappoints. So your grandpa's on there doing that. Oh, and this is... Age has absolutely nothing to do with honesty, truth, and standing up for what's right. So we can only assume that Gidget Grimm is 65, 70.
Yeah. All of your meemaws and peepaws
I'm 63-year-old grandmother, and I think Tom's great.
Yeah.
Whoa. Tom is right on point. I'm 61 years old, and the music is uplifting. I'm 62 years old, and no one could ever convince me to like rap. I'm just now realizing it was due to the content. You're just now realizing that? When you thought of why don't I like rap, and it wasn't because of the content, you might be a racist.
Now that a
white man is speaking truth to power and storming the Capitol.
A white guy with tattoos all over him, dreadlocks, all of the markers of someone I wouldn't like.
Here's something that's just a little confusing. A big amen from me. Jesus said they hated him first before they hated you. So think about that.
Tom McDonald?
I guess. This guy says support the NYC trucker movement. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Tom McDonald, of course, did the song with Ben Shapiro. And we're not going to play it. Right? No. Just because we could do a whole episode on our other show about this, and we will.
Yeah.
But it's just a fascinating what people will tolerate just because someone has their same views.
Yeah. So
you don't have to say art is good just because someone agrees with you.
Well, it's because the right lost the culture war.
Right.
The actual culture war of what is pop culture. Mm-hmm. Because they spent so long telling people that art doesn't matter and they should only be business owners and engineers. And so now, 50 years into their little experiment, they've realized no one agrees with them.
Uh-huh.
All artists don't agree with them. Uh-huh. So they have nothing to enjoy. So now you have ding-dongs like this coming out of the woodwork who probably don't even agree with any of this stuff.
No.
They just see, I'm not a good rapper. Mm. If I wanted to actually rap well, I would never make it. But there's
a built-in audience.
A built-in audience who doesn't have access to good art.
Right.
Because they have boycotted themselves from it because they're such babies. So I will cater to them specifically.
And you lie to your way to the top. You say, they don't want me to be on the charts because I'm not on a record label. So right there you get someone to be like, oh.
Whoa.
Because they think for some reason that
he's an outcast like me.
They don't realize that 15 years ago, record labels became obsolete.
Yeah.
You can certainly be on one, but you don't need to be on one to get on Apple Music or Spotify.
Right.
It's all on TikTok. They don't want me on the charts. Half the people on the charts are some TikTok song.
Yeah, they weren't on the charts until they were on the internet.
Here's one confusing thing for me in the comments here. Okay. Based on the lyrics, they said, yes, schools teach you to learn, not to think. So true. I don't think that's correct. Schools teach you to learn, not to think.
I think they mixed up their own talking point.
Yeah, because that's the same thing. Schools teach you to learn. That's not to think.
Yeah.
That's the same.
I think what they meant is schools teach you what to think.
Yes.
Not to learn.
Yes, 100%.
Or something like that. But either way, it doesn't really...
Yes, schools teach you what they want you to think. We're dumb too. What you said is exactly right. It's just funny. They teach you to learn not to think. And they're like, you're so right. Anyway, then it's funny because, as you know, I'm a 64-year-old so-and-so. I'm a 65-year-old grandma who hates rap. Then you've got people in the comments. I'm 315 years old. This man speaks truth like the shamans of the Oseti Sakowin people. May his voice fly on swift wings to the ears of the nations. I'm 420 million years old. This man speaks truth just like the millions of aquatic animals died when I was born. Now, they're not getting their point across because they somehow screwed up their joke. Oh my God. This is just good. People are having a little fun on here. Any fans less than 100-year-old like me? I'm 46 and I love him.
That's his youngest fan, a 46-year-old.
Oh my goodness. I'm 2 years old and I concur. People are having some fun on here.
You have to, because, well, it's stupid.
It's also stupid because like this has over 2 million views. That's nothing. To then go on and be like, we've taken over the charts, and then people are like, they did. What charts? These things don't mean anything anymore.
No. And then you look, I'm sure this guy only plays at like CPAC or whatever. Like they only play for they're not at Lollapalooza. They're not doing sets at any venue that a real rapper. Like, we are fake actors. Mm-hmm. You are fake artists.
We've had a few of those right-wing guys come and talk at the place where I work.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. But, they like bring them in, and then there's a big hubbub. They're like, they don't want me to talk here.
Yeah.
And the place where I work says, well, you can. It's a free speech.
Right.
Like, obviously, we don't want you inciting anything. And they're like, they make a big deal out of it. And then it's just the ding-dongs that go see them. They go see them, and they're like, yeah, he said it. Yeah. They don't want him to. You're the only it's an echo chamber.
You're right.
They're just saying they don't want you to come see me talk. And they go see him talk, and they're like, guys shouldn't be in girls' restrooms. Because any day now, a guy could say he's a girl and go into a restroom. You know what else they could do? Just walk into the restroom.
Yeah.
It's not stopping them. If you think someone's like, well, I guess I got to go put a dress on. It's just awesome that we can have our... You know what we should do?
What?
I'll tell you after.
Whoa. No, I've talked to many people who said, never mind.
Yeah. I was going to say we should do like a Borat thing.
Yeah.
Where we're both Borat. We go to a place and we're like...
With a tiny bikini.
Yeah, and we're like,
My husband.
Yes. And the person is like, goo. And you're like, what is wrong with me having a husband?
Yeah.
And then I show up. I'm like, hello, I'm his husband.
Yes.
And they're just like, no.
That's good.
My family's never going to Uzbekistan.
So that's good. So just for you out there who might be thinking of being a political party, make sure to alienate you and the rest of your friends who think like you completely from not wanting to go to college, not wanting to be in the discussion of arts and literature, not wanting to in playing the sort of boycott / victim card of not being allowed to be in Hollywood, not being allowed in all of these spaces. But it's because you first taught all of your people to not want to be those things. Mm-hmm. So now in 30 years, when none of you are in those spaces, you can say, they're trying to make sure we're not in these spaces. We have to make our own. We're going to make our own news. We're going to make our own movies. Failed screenwriter Ben Shapiro is going to make a media empire, and then they're going to produce movies that are also bad, but we have to act like we like them.
And then you hear this. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Hello, California? You want to team up? Civil War. Boom, 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 boom. Bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.